Boost the Cuse Live rolls on to 8:44 p.m. Eastern. Scott Hansen with you, Syracuse grad 1993. Thrilled to be your host here on today's day of giving and giving back to the university we so love. We started at 8:44 a.m. Here we are going through, and I think I've mentioned this a few times. Ladies and gentlemen, the last show of the day is 11:44 p.m. We're going to take you right up to midnight and even maybe past midnight here because tomorrow's Syracuse University's birthday. We have, throughout this day, highlighted exciting programs, talked to amazing alumni, connected with Cuse coaches, and so much more. Boost the Cuse, a day to support Syracuse University, a day to make sure the university and the Orange family continue to rise.
Knowledge crowns those who seek her. It's the motto that has adorned Syracuse University's crest since our founding. Today, we remain in pursuit of knowledge more rigorously than ever, building upon established strengths that prepare our students to be inquisitive, creative, critical thinkers, empowering our faculty to be difference makers in their fields and in the classroom, fostering a spirit of scholarship, innovation, entrepreneurship, setting our sights on the areas that will need us most. We seek what lies beyond our current understanding, beyond our own viewpoints, beyond our perceived capabilities. We make our presence felt in every way we can, in ways that push boundaries, in ways that few have envisioned, the way we always have. Beyond knowledge to impact. As individuals, as a global family, we rise as one. We rise as Orange.
Well, we have all heard about the power of the network, power of networking. So many of us have experienced it firsthand. My first job in television, I got Holly Shepard. If anyone knows Holly or is friends with Holly, great Newhouse fellow student of mine, got her first job in television and a few months later called in a job opening back to Newhouse. I heard about it and got my first television job as a sportscaster thanks to Holly Shepard. I owe her a phone call, as a matter of fact. I got to remind myself. So when you talk about networking and building relationships, making those career connections, when you're a student, it begins now. It begins here. And we have a couple of men who are here to talk about the initiatives and the actual organizational aspect of it that Syracuse University puts together. Adam Capozzi, the Director of Career Services at Syracuse University. Matt Wheeler joins us, the Associate Director of Alumni Relations in the College of Arts and Sciences. Among many things you do, you field people saying, "Can you get me a job when I get out of college here?" No, or you do get that a lot. I mean, the Newhouse students are in here and they're asking me, how do I break through? And I tell them, use the resources available to you now, and don't necessarily even do it when you're a senior. Start earlier. I don't mean to steal your thunder, but is that the direction that our conversation is going in?
Oh, very much so. We're engaging with students from the day that they step foot on this campus during orientation and move in, and that right there really sets the tone. We want to make sure that they have the resources at their disposal. So come this next several weeks as we lead into commencement, they're not behind the eight ball. They have everything there for them to be successful after their time at SU.
Yeah, the sooner they start, the more opportunities there are for them.
Top few pieces of advice that you give? I'm sure there's some
Yeah.
boilerplate or something that you say, hey, here's what you want to be thinking, here's what you want in the forefront of your mind, here are the things available to you. You can speak to alums here, and there are current students watching in the dorms and apartments right now too, I'm sure.
Yeah, I would say probably the most important piece that we're consistently talking about is the transferable skill set that students take on during their time here. And a lot of times they don't even realize how well set they actually are. So when we talk to the students, like, hey, open up your scope, look at opportunities outside of just what's dedicated to your major, because majors and career paths are not always linear. So like a psychology major is not always going to be a psychologist. They're great for the fields of marketing, PR, communications, anything strategic communications based.
How about you, Matt? When you connect a student maybe with an alum or students together, what is the process? What does that look like? What are you looking for that's a good match that can help boost the Cuse in individual lives?
Honestly, it's all based on the student's interest.
Okay.
If they are gravitating towards a particular major or a particular industry, then let's try to connect them with an alum who's out there who's experienced that industry. Maybe they're 2 years in, maybe they're 50 years in, but there's all these experiences that alumni have, and they've got that advice, they've got that knowledge that they're very eager to share with our students. So it's just making the student feel comfortable enough to approach an alum and really get the most out of those interactions.
Now, I hear as a Newhouse grad and broadcasting from Newhouse, and we've had students, which I've been thrilled to mix with students as they go from various classrooms and different activities that they have. The Newhouse Mafia, as it's kind of crudely nicknamed there, people come to Syracuse because they know some of the great broadcasters that have come from here. I was influenced because I heard Bob Costas was coming from here. Well, when I speak to students and they might see me on television, they want to know. There's only so much I can share for them. There's no magic wand I can say to say, yep, you're all going to become broadcasters here. But with an intense competitive industry like mine, how would you try and help someone, shepherd someone along to building a life after Syracuse?
Yeah, it's a great point of looking at that. Syracuse is a brand. Everyone knows Syracuse. But once a student actually steps foot on this campus, they're actually able to take on real opportunities that bridge the in-class experience with real-world application through all the different programs that we're offering throughout their time here. So they could be doing anything from an immersion program of bringing them to a specific geographic location to meet with alums and companies to actually working on their etiquette firsthand here on campus. Soft skill development is almost as important as hard skills. And let's be honest, these students are 10 times smarter than we ever were. So working on those pieces to really make them stand out, right there in year 1 through year 4, we're providing it to them and they're showing up. And that's really showcasing in our outcomes reports on where our students are going each and every year after leaving SU.
Matt, something to jump in on? Or?
Yeah, we see that community that you talk about with Newhouse and the Newhouse Mafia and those connections. We see that all across campus, regardless of school or college. There are always alumni who are enthusiastic and prepared to give back, and they're so generous with their time and their knowledge. It's amazing which alumni have been able to offer their time up to our students. Whenever a student comes to me and has an interest in learning from somebody, we aim high, and very often these Syracuse alumni answer that call for us.
I love it. That's great to hear. I can tell your sincerity right there. That is encouraging to hear.
Yeah, in a lot of ways, the alums want this more than the students because the students are their lifeline back to this institution.
That's a great point, yeah.
They could have been here 10 months ago, they could have been here 10 years ago. They want to know what's going on.
I've already recaptured a bit of my youth from 30 years ago here, walking to some of the same places. It just energizes you to be around young people who dream the same dreams I dreamed when I was 18, 19, 20, 21 years old in these same locations on this great campus.
And think of all those lessons you've learned since you graduated. You can't go back and tell young Scott all those lessons, but you can come back here and tell the students who are here now what you've learned. Tell them what they should be focusing on while they have all the resources available at Syracuse University today, what classes they should be taking, what they should be doing outside of the classroom to better prepare them to be in a position like yours someday.
Now, if alums are watching this and want to get in touch with either one of you and say, you know what, I've made it my way. I don't necessarily connect with students, but hearing what the guys are laying out here right now, how would someone get involved?
There are countless ways to do that on this campus. reach out to someone in an alumni relations role, reach out to someone in Adam's university level career services office, and just let us know your interest. Let us know what you want to do. Do you want to have one-on-one conversations with students? Do you want to attend a networking event where maybe you get a free meal out of the deal? Can you open the door at your company so we can host an immersion there so they can see what that company does and what your industry is all about? There are countless ways to give back, and we'll take all of them.
What if someone conversely would say, you know what, maybe I can't give individual time to a student. I don't necessarily have time to have several one-hour phone calls with them shepherding along, but I believe in the next generation, so maybe I will make a financial donation to this particular aspect. What would you do? What can you do with financial resources to help propel the programs?
It can look in many different ways. We have a lot of students that are going after summer internships that might not have the financial means to actually fulfill those obligations, so they can work with us with providing that financial assistance, whether it's helping with travel, even helping a student purchase attire, clothing to wear on the job.
Man, that's going to choke me up actually a little bit.
Right there, that's what we're here for. That's what we want to work with alums that are in that point of giving financially, so those students have the same chances that they potentially had and what they could potentially strive towards in full-time placement opportunities.
Help us open doors for those students. That's it.
Matt and Adam, I could talk with you guys for a while. I'm energized. There are probably a dozen or two students pressing their nose against the glass here in the Dick Clark studios that would love to talk to you some more as well. And I encourage people. I've been telling the students they all want to talk to the Red Zone guy, and I understand. I'm in their living rooms and whatnot, and I would like to help them as a Syracuse alum, but I'm like, there are resources right here. Learn and grow. And if they just watch this segment, they can see your aptitude and your passion to help this generation and then pay it forward to future generations. Well done, guys. Hey, folks, it's time for generosity. This would be a great place to help all different sorts of Syracuse students on campus right now and going forward if you would be so generous and make a donation. Appreciate it, Adam.
Thanks,
Matt,
Scott.
thanks. Appreciate it, guys.
Thank you, Scott.
Guys, performing arts guys, by any chance? You like a good visual performing arts production?
We like all of it.
Stay
Very much
tuned.
so.
We've got one for you right now.
That side.
The beauty of SU manifested in a multitude of ways. Fantastic. Well, it is time now for another fantastic performance from one of Syracuse University's unique student groups. Let's go down the hall and around the corner here at Newhouse to the Joyce Hergenhan Auditorium for the Cuse crew. I haven't seen them yet, but I'm going to watch them with you right here. Cuse crew, take it away.
네가 참 궁금해 그건 너도 마찬가지 이거면 충분해 좋고 좋는 이런 놀이 참을 수 없는 이끌림과 호기심 묘한 너와 나 두고 보면 알겠지 눈동자래로 감추고 있는 거 Yeah, it's so bad, it's good Narcissistic, my God, I love it 서로를 비춘 밤 아름다운 까만 눈빛도 빠져 깊이 난 내게로 숨 참고 left back 어서 dive Oh, perfect sacrifice 마음은 이렇게 알다가도 모르지 사랑이라는 건 한순간에 필 테니 직접 들어와 두 눈으로 확인해 내 맘 가장 깊은 데로 오면 돼 망설일 시간은 멈추면 되는 거 Yeah, it's so bad, it's good 원하면 감히 뛰어들어 Narcissistic, my God, I love it 서로를 비춘 밤 아름다운 까만 눈빛도 빠져 깊이 난 내게로 숨 참고 dive
Great performance there by Cuse crew. Thank you so much for that K-pop performance. Well, Boost the Cuse, as we've been telling you all day, it's all about celebrating and supporting Syracuse University. So we got to check in with the scoreboard every once in a while. And there is some good news, some big news, and some breaking news as we try and color in the map of the United States orange. And for all of that news, let's go to grad student Sydney Staples with more. You got the update. Sydney, go ahead.
It's awesome seeing you in studio this time around, Scott. So, hey, how you doing?
I'm well. Tell me some good numbers. Tell me some good things.
Alrighty, well, right now, ladies and gentlemen, we have a donor goal of 6,000 people, and we just refreshed this. 41,000 donors, and a little bit more than that have come through. We have 68% of our goal completed. Now, that goal to have 6,000 donors donate to Boost Cuse by midnight tonight in honor of not only Syracuse's birthday, but of course my favorite mascot in the world, Otto's birthday. But even more exciting, let's look at the Cuse, or really the orange map that we're trying to turn orange.
Hey now.
Oh yeah, we got just 2 states that are missing off of the map as of right now. Since we last spoke, we've got Idaho, who has come in 1 gift of $25.
That'll fill a state in orange. That's no problem with that. Thank you for that gift.
Absolutely. And Mississippi, 1 gift of $10. You can have a minimum of $5 to donate. Now, Scott, I know that you love yourself some Ben & Jerry's ice cream.
I do.
Yeah, you do.
Chubby hubby for the win.
So if you are like me and my family, we also love ourselves some ice cream, whether it's a pint from Ben & Jerry's or a tub from, I don't know, Great Value when it comes to Walmart. $5 not only can buy you ice cream, a big bag of party chips, but it can also make a difference in somebody's life. Something I wanted to give you guys is the fact that last year that we did Boost Cuse, all of the donations wrapped up together that were $250 or less. You ready for this number?
Lay it on
I
me.
don't think you are. All of that combined was worth 46 full scholarships.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Even the smallest donation can make a difference, ladies and gentlemen. Now, we're still waiting for 2 states. Wyoming,
Let's go,
$0.
Wyoming.
Come
Come
on,
on.
baby. And then we also got Arkansas. But now, Scott.
Somebody drive across the border, you know, and just go and I think we can do it that way. Or someone knows someone.
Yeah.
And can call or text and say, hey, come on, $25, $50, $10 gift. Help us color in this map.
A little bit of something. Listen, both of my parents are flight attendants. Mom and Dad, I know you guys are watching this. Fly down there, do some connections. All right. But Scott, I wanted to take you through a quick little trivia myself. I know that you worked with Michael Gross and Michael Villegas a little while ago
Yes.
and gave them some fun trivia. But I want you to guess how
boy.
much money 3 states have raised. So I'm going to start it off with Virginia, my home state. I mentioned
Okay.
my mom and dad earlier. Oakley, I know you're watching too, buddy. But there have been 79 gifts from the state of Virginia. How much do you think the state of Virginia has donated?
Well, now, unfortunately, your graphic is giving you away there. And I am such a competitor, I was not even going to shield my vision. I was just going to say, let me just guess, a little north of $33,000
Oh, wow,
is what I
you're
would
so
guess.
smart,
I mean, you've got,
so
look,
smart.
you touch into the DMV area there in Northern Virginia. You've got some amazing Syracuse grads all throughout the countryside. So, yeah.
All right, then how about this? I'm not
Don't hit it this
gonna
time.
do it for
Okay.
New York, but guess how much the state of New York has raised.
Oh, well, we had better be coming in at the highest dollar total. $190,000.
I'm going to give you one more shot to guess. I'm
Higher
going to
or lower?
say it's higher.
Okay, well, we're at 1.5. $300,000.
Alrighty. The state of New York, 1,417
Oh, okay.
gifts for just shy of $270,000.
I love it.
Now, you can choose the next state.
My home state of Michigan. How are we doing in Michigan? And I live in California now, so I suppose if I made a donation, I don't know which state it would register to, but my home state from Michigan, I was the first person from my hometown, from my high school, from my whole area that ended up going to Syracuse, and it changed my life for the better. I hope the Great Lakes state is checking in with some proper cash.
Do you have a guess? I'm going to tell you that it's less than you're thinking.
Yeah. Oh, come on, Michigan. We have 2 peninsulas in Michigan. We ought to be able to give some money. Now, okay, maybe it's just a few donations. Maybe it's $200.
Alrighty. Are you ready? The state of Michigan.
Come on.
Are you
I'll
ready?
shame them if it's not right. Oh, no, hey, we were over almost to $3,000. Okay.
Almost to 3,000. 19 gifts from the state of Michigan.
Well, it kind of scared me when we popped up Mississippi, who was just a recent orange color in right there, and it was what, a $10 donation. I was thinking,
Yep.
oh, is Michigan at there? That respectable, but I can tell you, we can make it an even 20 donations. Somebody from my home state, one of my friends, I know my guy Matt Friedman is in Michigan. He's already made a donation. He gives of his time, talent, and treasure all the time. Let's go, Michigan. We can do this. We can do this.
Awesome. I'm hoping my state of Virginia pulls up with even more money. And
Yeah.
thank you so much to all of those that have donated so far. Remember, we want 6,000 different donors by midnight tonight to celebrate not only Boost Cuse and everything for the students, the professors, you name the schools, you name the student athletes that are out there. We also want to celebrate it for the university's birthday and Otto's birthday. So Scott, thank you so much for an incredible day. I have honestly been so thankful to share the studio with you. Back to you.
Oh, Sydney, I appreciate it. Thank you. Great to be on the air with you. Tell your parents I said hi and land safely wherever their journeys take them. And come on, Arkansas and Wyoming. Let's go. Let's go. All right, that's going to do it for this edition of Boost the Cuse. We'll be back at 44 minutes after the hour. And by the way, if you missed any of these segments, they will all be posted on the website, I think in perpetuity. Enjoy it. We had a great conversation with Mike Tirico. Sean McDonough's appearances have been notable, and so many amazing alums and Syracuse stories that many of us hadn't heard before, but need to hear as we fall in love with our alma mater yet again. I'm Scott Hansen. We'll be back with more at 44 past the hour.